Hello and welcome. So honored we get to rest in sweetness. So honored that with all the activity of our lives, all the experiences, all the relationships, all the situations and apparent karma doing its dance, all the traveling, all the calendars, all the events, all the work, all the money, 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 all, the, all the things, all the plot twist, all the interpretations, all the versions of all the versions of all the versions. And in this moment, we get to consciously choose the sweetness of what is, the chill of no thing, the ease of Easy Street. It's sweet having the window open and hearing the raindrops. It's sweet also in the openness and the willingness to discover a new relationship with mind, thoughts, ideas, that in the wholeness of the well being we are, we get to discover, oh, it's like sweet raindrops, these thoughts, not personal, just weather. No thought has ever had to mean anything about you. No thought has ever had to mean anything about your life now. Not one. And like the rain on the windowsill, beautiful, reflecting its moment, all the refractions of light, and so willing to evaporate in the presence of what's true, in the presence of light, in the presence of consciousness, of awareness, sunlight of being, sunshine of who you are. What I love about getting familiar in this ease of being, discovering this is our primary identity. Primary. Not to say that we can't enjoy and play with and explore and tweak and shift and alter and transform and alchemize all of our other identities, but to consider, who are you really? In polyamory, there's the primary relationship. In some polyamorous circles. And how sweet that we get to discover, oh, this primary, unspoken, untold self never received a tattoo of the constellations, a particular sun sign. No sun here, no place born here, no constel, no planet, no dimension, no universe here. And in this recognition, in this devotion, so many things we can be devoted to. Wonderful. That's the nature of the love you are. And what a lucky life for the devotion to be of this that is the home of oneself, the peace of oneself, the silence of oneself, the loving roar of oneself. Pure, effortless Amrita, this that sees itself, that knows itself, that is itself. And how sweet in this recognition to discover in the experience of life. Oh, I know how my mind experiences change. I know how my mind experiences new ways of being, new ways of loving, new ways of hormoning, new ways of relating, and wonderful. But to get curious about, how does the wholeness that I am meet the apparent arising flavors or new seasons of expression. And then in deeper investigation, uh, the relief of recognizing you as you think you are don't have to do anything to balance or arrange or maintain or strategize or fix or even get wise about, but in continuously coming back to what's true, what's here, what is. That sentence and that bumper sticker, things have a way of taking care of themselves, is revealed to make all the senseless sense. And it's secondary whether it gets worked out or not. Secondary because when we're in a place of relying on getting something in our minds fixed out, fixed up, worked out, figured out, balanced in order to be okay, Good luck, beloved. Joyously, adventurously, and endless, hopeless uh, endeavor. And and again, if it's heard, the invitation to consider coming back to where you are, as you are. What a flow is available. What a curiosity is available. What permission is available. So available for life. We see effortlessly gives us every curriculum, moment by moment. We see life gives us everything we need to continue opening. Thank goodness the opening is endless. Discovery is endless. Peace having no ceiling, endlessly no ceiling. Gratitude having no ceiling, endlessly no ceiling. It's okay to come back to the wholeness you are. In other words, it's okay to come back to the I don't know ness and to discover the intelligence therein, the available intelligence, the spontaneous intelligence that speaks through you, that acts through you, that loves through you, that says yes through you, that says no through you, that makes love through you. And this is where we also get familiar with very popular in Buddhist teachings this what are you informed by? And the skillful means to recognize, am I informed by my closed intelligence, my ego intelligence? Not that it's wrong, not that it's bad. But again, what I love about satsang is hey, human beings, we got a lot of options here. Hey, human beings, we got a lot of options here. There are so many options. Hey, human beings, we got a lot of options here. Bing, hidden in your hey, human beings, we got a lot of options here. Got options available to you, infinite intelligence available to you. So innocent, it's like we rest, we open, but if the ego doesn't recognize infinite intelligence coming with all the lists and all the tools and all the right away, it goes back to relying on its very innocent little tiny pipsqueak of a perception of who it thinks it is and what it thinks it is and what it thinks it's doing and what it thinks it's relating to. And boy, does shit get messy, which is okay. Again, nothing wrong with mess. Mess is, that's your kink. You do it all the way. But how sweet that we can stop for a moment, not have to figure that out, not have to understand who we are, where we are, what the changes are. Come back to, I love the question. Such a good question. Thank you, Byron Katie. Other than what I'm thinking and believing, am I okay right now? Other than what I'm thinking, believing, identifying, storytelling, imagining, fantasizing, am I okay right now? It's a way of getting familiar with the option of the intelligence we are, the resource of wisdom we are. Resource of wisdom. I just got back this morning today from being 3 weeks in Kauai, and it was, of course, delicious and magical. And Poipu and the North Shore and all the yummy places in Kauai. Uh, got to do so many things outside and so many water moments, paddleboarding and this river where there was nobody. I was like, how is this even happening? And and we also did these 4E retreats. That's kind of like we don't know how to feel our feelings. It's another way of saying we don't know how to feel our feelings. Sitting in the clean water, uh, in the context of these elements and the I guess the astrology maybe or Deborah Silverman language, clean water is the water that allows, and the dirty water is water that's infused with all the air, all the stories, all the resistance to the emotion, to the sensations, you know. And so it's so fun. After there's the question, we have them sit in water, and there's a brief meditation, a moment to just sink into their water. If I play, I'll achieve everything. How sweet is that? Oh, we were all melting. If I play, I'll achieve everything. And so that was her affirmation to herself. is for you as infinite consciousness to love itself. And each one is as special as the next. That's like the universe gets to kiss its infinite body all over. And it kisses here, and that's Reiki, and kisses here, and that's this, and that theta healing. This moment, endlessly in love, delighted with itself. Anyone want to share anything or have something you'd like to explore? A question? The mic is over there somewhere by. Oh, I love your jeans.
Oh, thanks.
So cool.
Gotta love the thrift store.
Hey, thrift store. Treasures.
Hey. So 3 movements of mind: indulge, avoid, replace.
Yes.
And I noticed, whatever, within the last week, it I could see it. Like any thought that I hear from someone else
Mm.
or in my own mind
Mm-hmm.
can be for, neutral, or against anything,
Yes.
and anywhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately thought, it's like, wow, thought can't be trusted. It's like,
Mm.
oh, not
Oh, so good to notice. Uh-huh.
not quite. Like
Right.
sort of not quite. Yes, and sort of not quite.
Right.
And it's more like, well, thought can be heard for what it is.
Right. So
And
beautiful.
that's like I that smacks a bit of Gangaji talking about vigilance.
Vigilance. Yes.
That the sharp end of the stick can be thought.
Right.
But if the
Mm-hmm.
sharp end of the stick is driving another sharp end of the stick, like
Uh-huh.
mind driving mind,
Right. Right.
I've started to notice that
Good.
in it's very different as a lived experience
Right. It's
than
embodied.
a
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said earth, before there was any word you said after that,
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm earth.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm earth.
Yes.
But there's a fullness I haven't experienced before. Like when
Right.
I do a lot of meditation,
Right.
nothing complex or anything, but
Right.
daily it's been for 10 years now, and it's
Right.
really amped up since that 45 days to awakening course.
Yeah.
But I've beginning to feel full to the absolute edge,
Uh-huh.
like my body. It's like, oh, sort of like a full inhabitants
Yes.
of this residence.
Yes.
And there is a well, I'm at a point in my life, and finances this and whatever. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, that stuff needs to work.
Mm-hmm.
Not like mind driven, it needs to
Uh-huh.
work. It's like, well, there's some tactical things here. You've built your life so far with mind all this way,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. And it's like,
Right.
well, okay, now that can make different decisions with the
Yes.
open intelligence driving
Right.
the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it's so not complicated.
Right.
I
So
never
so
know.
sweet.
It's like, oh, that's right. Mind is going to go for, neutral, or against. And anybody I hear may not know that or have experienced that or
Right.
whatever. And they can come up with for, neutral, or against.
Mm.
And then my hearing is for, neutral. Like it gets this complexity that I just never noticed.
Right.
It's like, no wonder, like, we're bombing the Gaza Strip.
Yes. No wonder.
Or no
Mm-hmm.
wonder, we honk the horn at the red light because we think we got
Right.
cut off.
Right.
It's like, what? It's almost like I'm becoming not timid, but it's more like a way off the gas pedal
Yeah.
of responding to people.
Right. That's a master.
Like
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't know about that, but there's
Right.
there's a there's a
Right.
Whoa,
What?
like I can activate somebody else's mind a lot more because
Yes.
my frequency of being able to hear, so I can have a voice. And like that one voice in the
Uh-huh.
room that's not very loud, but everybody can hear it because they
Right.
figured out how to talk at a certain da 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 and
Uh-huh.
try to capture other people's minds. So anyways, the that has that's both a like not a refuge. It's like being around people. It's like, oh, something just got activated. Ah, okay, I can settle for a moment.
Yes, so good. And I loved how you spoke to the nuance of the vigilance of not relying on extremes. Extremes
Yeah.
of thought is bad and not to be trusted.
Mm,
And only the voiceless voice of the Buddha thing is the
yeah.
because that's
Stillness
another
speaks. I
still in
forgot
the
who said that
story,
one. Yeah.
right? That's again co-opted, corrupted by mind, turning it into something. But in the openness, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a song that I sing, I don't know shit. We don't know shit. They don't know shit.
Yeah.
It's such so important for a big part of society
Oh my
to
God.
take that in. And it's not absolutely true. We in the not knowing shit, what we do we then discover, oh, well, we do know shit.
Mm,
And they do know shit. And we do know shit. And she knows shit.
hmm
And they know shit. Yeah, yeah. It's
And when it feels like none of that is
mm-hmm,
available in the moment,
mm-hmm,
just the absolute, even slightest bit of intention or memory or like a little bit of melancholy that's not here,
uh,
it immediately opens, like there's a crack in the door, like there's an opening, and that is always enough.
right.
This tiny little, like, oh, I'm caught in some argument, and oh, I just got, like, I've been in my head for 5 minutes. I'm arguing with someone. It's like,
Uh-huh.
even if I can't get out of it and my mind and my mouth are still running and running and running,
Right.
even within that little kernel
Mm,
of intention
mm,
changes the lived experience in that moment.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a moment too big for
Right.
this that is to meet it,
Yeah.
whether it be with the permission slip of intuition or the permission slip of an
Right.
intention.
One doorway.
Yes, right. It's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Stopping is another
Yeah,
doorway.
and
That's,
even if there's no intuition and no intention, still okay.
yeah.
Still, yeah.
Yeah. And even after the fact, if I notice it, it's like, oh, that's that thing. Mine does this thing.
Right.
Interesting.
Interesting, right.
Yeah. And
So
it's,
interesting.
it's like like a
Yeah.
little feather that gets blown
I love
around. The
that.
feather kind of sort of
Yes.
doesn't change. It's just going with the air.
Just floating in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the paper bag in what was that movie? American Beauty.
Yeah.
But it's so I just love hearing this. Love, love, love hearing this. Yeah. What I love is that the simultaneous education of mind, of the nature of mind, and the and it's like as we get familiar with who we are closer than mind, and get familiar with the qualities and the stability and the always presentness. We also have a simultaneous education in the self releasing nature of mind, the indulging, avoiding, replacing nature of mind. The what were the other words you used?
Well, there's a for, neutral,
The
and
for,
against.
neutral, and against aspect of thought and perception and interpretation. It's so beautiful. Yeah, it gets clearer and clearer. And then it's like, oh, yeah, look what mind's doing. Hi, mind. Hi, mind. Harmless. Harmless. Yes, love.
Mm, I don't really involve you in any of my story. Just I just found myself in all four elements,
How lovely.
and I find it very beneficial to visit all these four lands in me because they all
Yeah.
have different gifts and different
Yes.
challenges. different
Yes.
stickiness, which can then release.
Yes.
And they're all like to be in the air and give the heyday to the mind is actually very freeing.
So freeing. Yes.
And the same on the earth, to really legally attend to all these things, be good at it, you know,
Right.
and live
Yes.
that out in its
Uh-huh.
light. And maybe
Yes.
recognize its shadow, but it's light too.
It
And do
is.
all
The
of it.
ability to respond. That's
Yeah,
Earth.
and many
Mhm.
things. And then at the end to sit in a fire and just be there mostly. I mean, it's a pretty blissful
It is.
process. It's very similar to what John did with the Nidra Yoga, you know, going through all those levels.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to know, do all people do the process at the same time or one at a time?
The process. So okay, so there's 4 cards on the floor, and you sit in earth on air first, and let
But
this.
all together, not one person, all the
It's
group.
one person at a time,
Oh,
because you're exploring one inquiry at a time, one question, one situation, one.
oh. And then how many are?
So I was in a retreat. So we had people that are going to be facilitators, learning how to facilitate this work. So they had a session themselves as a way to experience having the session. And then they took notes and were present as they watched multiple 4E sessions. And it could last anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours, each 4E session. And yeah, so you sit and then you move, and as you're moving, you notice that part of you that's still sitting there. It's really sweet.
But I would invite even what you did before, just much more, you know, like you described it still a little bit. You could just maybe convene us once and we do nothing but go through a process together, like 5, not one. We all
Uh-huh.
just fall hitchhiking you through all the lands and do our inner work. I would welcome that.
Oh, so I love it. So good.
It's funny because you going through that so meticulously and
Right.
clearly today brought me back to when I did a session with you
Yes.
with that, and I was sort of reliving it. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the first
Right.
question that came in air
Right.
was, "What's next?"
Yes.
And by the end, it was like, "What's not next?"
Ah.
And that's what I feel has been the invitation since then. Is like,
Yes.
what's already like almost a permission slip to
Yes.
honor what's not next.
Ah, so
And,
beautiful.
it's been really beautiful, and that's what I feel invited, like extra invited to hear
Yeah.
all the time.
I
Like,
love
what's not
that.
next? You know, like what's really here
Yeah.
already and always. And yeah,
Oh,
feels beautiful
beautiful.
to remember
Would
that.
you be willing to share what your affirmation was at the end, or your prayer to yourself
Yeah.
at the end?
Because it all came right today.
Yeah.
My prayer at the end was to trust in the sweetness of awareness.
Yes.
To trust in the sweetness of awareness.
Trust in the sweetness of awareness. Mm.
Somehow in the end, it was like, well, that's all I can say.
Beautiful.
So I wanted to share this. It came to my
Yeah,
mind. Just the right amount of poison will save our lives.
Ooh.
And I have learned that in mastering myself, knowing
Yes.
myself,
Yes.
I have to allow all of myself
Yes.
to recognize all of myself.
Yes.
And at times I find myself, my mom always showed me the mirror, and she always taught me the mirror.
Yes.
It's a ceremony, and it's a big in Mexico, where we use the mirror to reflect who we are, and the people that come along your journey reflect who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's not pretty, and you
Okay.
see yourself in others, and you are forced to look at yourself and say, sometimes I'm not pretty.
Yeah.
And when you see, when there are moments when I see myself, and it allows me, because I had prayed that I wanted to feel again. I feel like society has, because of the internet and everything, it's almost it's not allowing us to feel. And I prayed and I said, I want to feel again. Oh boy.
Quite the prayer.
Yep. And so I did. I started to feel everything, and the parts of me that I didn't even want to feel, and the parts of me that I've forgotten. But understanding and with intention, that knowing that that also part of me has to be celebrated.
Yes.
And in order for it to shed off. And there's parts of us that we hold on to that don't serve our purpose anymore. And within our DNA, within our structure, our belief system, it's there and it sticks. And so here I am, mastering self, and afraid to take the poison sometimes because I know it could kill me. But at the same time, just the right amount of it will save my life.
Are you familiar with how the peacocks get their amazing colors?
No.
By eating poison.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Combo. Mm-hmm.
And always allow. I also, I'm allowing myself for change, but choice. Choice first, then change. Because if the more that I've allowed myself to say, okay, there's a choice, you have the power within yourself to make what the choice that you need to make, or the choice that supports you're going through at this point.
Right.
And allow myself to choose to back away and choose righteously for myself.
Yay.
Definitely leads me out of the maze.
Yeah. The
So
maze of your
choice
own
is big.
making.
Yeah, choice is big for me right now. And knowing that there are options and I'm not stuck.
Yeah, so wonderful to
Yeah.
welcome that in. Yeah. So much space here. So much permission here. So many options here.
To share a little treasure from the very first part, the first 10 minutes. In some of that, it's always like a guided meditation, everything. It was suddenly so funny to see that I, by free will, I'm a very small universe, a small little earth. And the way you painted it in that moment, it was not a sin. It was not stupid to be small. It was just a fact. So by free will, I thought, oh, let's be right now a bigger universe. And I was it in the same moment. And it was nice because it happened so quickly, because I was not ashamed that I'm normally a small universe. It's just a comfort level, but there's an option. I can always be the small one and enjoy that security of the smallness, and I can enjoy the expandedness, which is also available. And so to play with that was like my gain in the first part today. Thank you.
Beautiful. You're so welcome. So welcome. It's so, how sweet that we can be fully engaged in our very small and tiny human lives and beautiful. And also exist in our existence.
Thanks to you, and from all the influences coming at me, how you always call stuff which I bemourn a little, oh, that is fine too, that is perfect, just to give that allowance to it,
Yeah.
without making a problem out of it, the existence,
Yeah.
but to just see it as, oh, that too exists. That I learn from you more and more and
Oh,
more.
I'm so happy.
Me too. It makes life a little easier.
So sweet. Mm. Let me see if I have this song. It's fun having all these songs and you forget about them and then they appear and you're like, oh, that song. Let's see. Okay, I don't have that one in my notes. Let's see if there's another one that wants to come through. Oh, I like this one that says, it's all right if you want to call in the rain. Bang pots and pans, make some noise, don't forget the pain. Don't forget the pain. It only contributes to enriching the fields of my inside landscape. Hey, there isn't a storm large enough that can scare the sky. Oh, oh no, no interrupting my flow. The Ganges fly out of my soul. I'm drenching the world with a love so deep it has no boundaries. Oh, no interrupting my flow. This moment's beyond our control. I give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me. Feel free to invite all the mouths I have kissed before. Bring all them bitches. My mother, my brothers and sister, each slamming door. I've noticed a transparent bridge that when trespassed supports only war. Naked is the armor I'm wearing, I'm putting down our swords. Oh, no, 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 no interrupting my flow. The Ganges fly out of my soul. I'm drenching the world with a love so deep it has no boundaries, no interrupting my flow. This moment is beyond all control. I give all I have and more love rushes right in to fill me. Give all I have, I give all I have, I give all I have, I give all I have, and more love rushes right in to fill me again. And give all I have, more love rushes right in to fill me. Yeah. Give all I have, more love, more love rushes. There's an endless amount of love here. Mm. Mm. More love rushes right in. Fill me. It's okay to give. It's okay to give yourself to that which infinitely gives. It's okay to allow your words to come from the source of all creation. It's okay to allow your thoughts to arise and fall, and this that stays the same. This that will never, 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 never change. To light and to love itself is all experience of change, all experience of another moment, the experience of all the elements. Air, air, water, earth, and fire. Oh, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate. Vargo Devasya Dimai. Theo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbu Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Vargo Devasya Dimai. Theo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Here just as you are, the fire you are, all consuming fire you are, burning in the fire of now, burning as the fire of now. All is revealed to be Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Raindrops, Shanti, 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 Shanti. All thought shanti, 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 shanti. All phenomena shanti, 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 shanti. All your feelings shanti. All sensation shanti, shanti, shanti. Every planetary system shanti, shanti, shanti. Galaxies within galaxies shanti, shanti. Universe within universe shanti, shanti, shanti. Ordinary radiance, ordinary radiance shanti, shanti, shanti. Just like this shanti, shanti, shanti. Suchness of the moment shanti, shanti, shanti. Ancestors, all our ancestors. All the ancestors. Shanti, 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 shanti. Every frequency shanti. Every sak shanti. Every movement shanti. Every sound shanti, shanti, shanti. Yes, even that sound shanti, shanti, shanti. Om shanti. All consuming shanti. All outshining shanti. All including, all including, all inclusive, all inclusive shanti. Shanti, 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 shanti. Blessed, blessed, blessed shanti. Including all time shanti, shanti, shanti. No other moment shanti, 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 shanti. Even in the dream of leaving satsang shanti, shanti, shanti. There's never been a dream strong enough to leave satsang shanti, 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 shanti. Every moment church shanti, 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 shanti. Thank you so much for being shanti, 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 shanti. So beautiful tonight. Thank you. Next satsang here in Colorado will be on the 22nd, I believe. Yes. Yes. I'll be in Sao Paulo and then Rio and then maybe Bahia or Iguazu. Yes. Touring and satsang. I'm going to be doing a Menuda reunion concert and then also a satsang. Yes. And a retreat. So sweet. So much fun. A lot of fire and creativity. I'm back on the 21st. Yes. So then Satsang will be that Monday. And so fun. I'm going to be here for a while. Then there'll be Satsang the 22nd, the 29th, the 6th, the 13th, 20th, the 27th. Summer of Satsang, spring of Satsang, Sat summer. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Makes it a little shorter. It's a long flight. Yeah. And then I get to see my mom. I'm going to go see my mom. Yeah. But beloveds, you're welcome to leave a cash donation in that little blue thing over there or online. So appreciated. Thank you to those who already left donations. And if you're curious about a 4E process, I would love to have a 4E process with you. It can be either in person, a 4E process. Yes, the elements, either online or in person here in Boulder. I'm here for another, I leave on the 7th. So, and I have some time if you want to do it in person. Private session with that structure. Yeah. I love them so much and I love watching people just and that. So send me a message, either however you send me messages. And you can go to my website, ashruiz.com, if you want to know more stuff. Um, thank you, loves. Thank you. Oh, there's going to be a 4E retreat in September here in Boulder. 2 of them with Deborah and myself. Yeah, so fun. All right. The end of September. Yep. There's going to be 2 of them.